What's going on, guys? Today is Monday, July 11th, 2022, and it is Monday. I don't know, man. Something about today just feels off. Is it me? Is the energy? Is the energy off? I mean, so much is going on, dude. I keep saying this. Just when I think it's not going to get any crazier, just when I think things are finally going back to normal, here we are. Today is July 11th. And Hunter Biden's cloud has been hacked by 4chan. It has been leaked. It's been sent out there. You're not going to be able to pull it down, government. Unfortunately, these hackers found a way to share it on what's called torrents. So it's basically shared peer-to-peer, meaning that you would have to physically go to each person's house and remove it from their hard drive, which by now it's probably everywhere. So the documents that are coming out, the pictures rather that are coming out, are crazy. We're talking Hunter Biden smoking crack with the prostitute, his niece laying with him naked, playing with his booty, all kinds of craziness. Him sliding down this water slide naked, just dick and ass out. Secret Service lady just like shaking her head watching this whole thing. It's just wild, but we'll see what comes of it. This on top of all other things. There's text messages of him requesting certain things like pretzels, soft pretzels, hard candy, all kinds of code words, I'm assuming. Pedo Peter is another code word. We're assuming that's his dad. We don't know. This is all alleged. It's just crazy. Again, the crack, him weighing crack. I mean, there's so much footage. I couldn't even cover it all in one episode. It would be like a footage a day. It would be crazy, which would be like the rest of the year. There's that much footage that still has not been uncovered, and I'm sure more will surface. More will come out. But what I want to talk about today is an unfortunate. I don't want to say accident, an unfortunate situation or incident, I guess what you would say, that took place in Chicago. Now, I mentioned a couple of these cities, LA, Chicago, New York, right? These cities are Portland. These cities are heavily Democrat, and unfortunately, the system was a little, what's the way to say it? Non-existent or a little relaxed. That's what it is. The system's a little relaxed. The police department, unfortunately, heavily defunded. And the prosecution, the juries, the defendants, the lawyers, they're all very lackadaisical, very relaxed and laid back. They're not really trying to, I don't know why, but they're not really pushing to stop crime, is what I'm noticing, and a lot of people are noticing as the same. But let's read this article. The headline is, "Man threw naked woman out of a 5th floor window." This is going to be a good one, right? So an uptown man was held without bail Sunday after prosecutors said he threw a woman out of a 5th-story window of an uptown apartment building last week, killing her. Then he admits to it on a phone call while he's in custody. While in custody, he admits to doing it. So let's continue. His name is Tyson Tillman, only 38 years old, guy. 38 years old, charged Saturday, first-degree murder after Tabitha Tanner was found dead in an alley. Thursday she's found dead in an alley. He was charged this past Saturday. So she was found dead in an alley, unfortunately, near the 4500 block of North Magnolia Avenue. Tanner was killed Thursday at Tillman's residence on Magnolia Avenue with video cameras inside and outside the building capturing parts of the incident, the prosecution is saying. So they have video footage. Again, we have the phone call. So let's see how this turns out. Let's continue. Already, I'm assuming this guy should get the chair. If we have the footage and he's admitting it, why are we wasting taxpayers' dollars? But let me get ahead of myself. Let me pull it back, CJ. Slow it down. Let's bring it back. Okay. So Tillman arrived at the building at 10:09. Right? This is Tyson Tillman. Arrived at the building at 10:09 p.m. Thursday, followed by his girlfriend about 30 minutes later, Assistant State's Attorney James O'Connor said. The girlfriend, who at the time was not identified and is not the victim, paced the hallway for the next 10 minutes, according to the videos. She was initially arrested, but has not been charged in the incident. We'll circle back to that later. Shout out Jen Psaki. Circle back. Video from a camera in the alley showed a naked woman falling out a window at 10:59. So we have him coming in 10:09, her exiting out the window, falling out the window at 10:59. So about 50 minutes, according to O'Connor. Again, that's the Assistant State's Attorney James O'Connor. So videos from inside the apartment building then showed Tillman in a red shirt leaving after 10:59 p.m. A different video shows him in the same shirt in the alley approaching the victim's body, and another video shows him re-enter the building at 11:11, the prosecutor says. I mean, this is a lot of footage. This is a lot of evidence. This is a lot of why are we even talking about this? This guy should get the death penalty immediately. Case closed. But there I go again. Let me finish the story. I'm sorry. It's like, I mean, this is a lot of police dollars, a lot of taxpayer dollars here. Anyway, detectives interviewed Tillman on the scene. He initially denied any knowledge of the incident. I don't know what you're talking about. I was only walking around, the body. You only have me on footage. I don't know, on video. I don't know what you're talking about. Then he changes his story. The defendant then indicated that the victim had come to his apartment and they got into a physical altercation, and she, quote, fell out of the window, and that her clothes were removed during the altercation. Now, I've had some wild sex in my life. Crazy wild sex, to be honest with you. And I don't even want to talk about it publicly. Save that for the Patreon. But I've never once had a sexual altercation where one of the members got thrown out the window or fell out the window. I mean, banisters, balconies, you kind of like keep your bearings to kind of understand that, falling out of a window, that's a new one. But let's continue. Maybe that's not what happened. Maybe, While in custody, body camera footage captured Tillman admitting to the crime on the phone, saying, and this is a quote, "I'm not making this up. I'm not being facetious. It's going to sound like I'm joking. It's not a joke. This is a direct quote from the accused, from Tillman himself. The quote is, 'I threw the bitch out the window.'" Body cam footage has that. He's on the cell phone. He says, quote, "I threw the bitch out the window." Now do you see? Now do you think you should get the death penalty immediately? Why are we wasting taxpayer dollars? Let's continue. Let's keep going. O'Connor said the medical examiner determined Tanner died from a fall from a height, and her death was ruled a homicide. Therefore, what that's saying is she wasn't dead before she hit the ground. Not that it makes any difference, but she died upon impact is what they're saying. Tanner had a broken tibia, abrasions to her body, and a laceration in her heart, which was all caused by the fall, O'Connor said. The relationship between Tillman and Tanner was not immediately clear. Tillman's attorney said he is a graduate of Collins High School and Lakeland College, and of course he is expecting a child soon. I'm hoping this woman was not pregnant at the time. Hopefully that has nothing to do with it. Maybe it's some kind of jealousy or some issue. I don't know. Let's continue. She questioned the prosecutor's allegations and said that there has not been enough investigation in the case. Okay. This is Tillman's attorney. Tillman's attorney said, hey, wait a minute, we're not doing enough investigation. What is there to investigate? We have the video footage of him entering, video footage of him leaving. We have the video footage of him looking at the body, coming back into the building. We have the body cam footage of him on the cell phone admitting to throwing her out the window. Not enough investigate. What do you need to investigate? What do you need to know? Her social security number? What do you need to know? Her credit score? What is there to investigate? Her shoe size? What's going on? Here goes the attorney. The attorney says, quote, "There's no other witnesses to this event. There's no actual video footage of the event itself." So this attorney is saying we don't have video footage of him actually throwing her out the window. And as to the medical examiner's reports, I would argue that, at this point, it is difficult to determine whether the injuries caused as a result of the fall were caused by a push or by an accidental fall. So here's an attorney who's not a doctor, who's saying, she's arguing that it's hard to determine whether the injuries caused as a result of the fall were by a push or by an accidental fall. Who the hell falls out the window accidentally ass naked? Who does that? What are you, cleaning? La la la, I'm cleaning fucking, butt ass naked and I fall? What are you, Hunter Biden? Just walking around naked all the time? I mean, how could, if anybody, listen, between me and you, if I want anyone to fall out the window naked, it would be Hunter Biden. I'm just saying. Am I wrong? Is anyone else, I trade him for her any day of the week, or her for him, whatever. But, to say this is kind of like, oh, it must have been a pure accident. It just happened to be wasn't his girlfriend pacing outside the apartment? And if she fell out the window and hit the ground, isn't it kind of weird that this guy went outside to look at it? Look at her body? Why would he know that she fell out the window on the ground? It was just coincidence? Within a matter of 50 minutes? I mean, open and shut case, my opinion. But there's more. So there's no witnesses. This is the attorney. No witnesses to the actual event. No actual video footage of the event itself. Medical examiner's report. She's arguing that it is difficult to determine whether the injuries were caused as a result of the fall, or by a push, or by accident. Whoopsie. So now Judge Mary Marubio disagreed. I like this judge. Judge Mary said, wait a minute. There is significant evidence against Tillman, and he denied bail. Good for you, Judge. Denied bail. Surprised. I am very surprised. Based on the violent nature of this offense, based on the callous manner it is alleged in which he admitted to this, again, he admitted to, quote, I threw the bitch out the window, end quote. That, I believe, is what she's referring to. I do find that there are no conditions I could impose to protect the community from further violent acts from Mr. Tillman. Now, Tillman is due back in court on Wednesday. So this is something I have to keep an eye on. Guys, if you have any other follow-up or updates, please let me know. Hit me up on Twitter at CJ Bronson Show. I'm curious. Again, it's at CJ Bronson Show. The video will be on YouTube later on today, but the podcast is available now everywhere. You can always hear me on my website at cjbronsonshow.com. But it's very curious because, think about this. Tillman arrived at the building at 10:09, followed by his girlfriend 30 minutes later. Now, they're not saying in this article, but I'm going to assume that the girlfriend is pregnant, right? Because they did mention that he's an expected father, right? Later on in the article, they mentioned that he is expecting a child soon, right? Graduate of Collins High School, Lakeland College, and he is expecting a child soon. Now, what's to say that he's expecting a child with this girlfriend, and maybe he was seeing this girl on the low, right? On the low, and, Tanner is her name. We'll just go by her last name, Tanner. We don't know the girlfriend's name. So let's say the girlfriend is pregnant. I'm assuming she's going to wait outside the apartment, and they're going to have a discussion about this. She doesn't want to get involved or maybe talks her not to get involved because she's pregnant. And during the altercation, somehow this lady is naked. Or maybe she was under the impression that he was coming over for a booty call, so she was already assed out naked. And, they ended up arguing, and according to the attorney, it's possible that during the argument, she was cleaning by the window and slipped and fell out the window. Or my assumption is going to be that they were fighting, physical altercation in the apartment. Maybe clothes were pulled off. Maybe who knows? Maybe they were having sex. Right? Maybe they were having sex, and they started arguing over this whole situation, and he did like he said, and quote, "I threw that bitch out the window." Maybe that was not a fairy tale. Maybe that was him confessing. Either way, why would you confess that on the cell phone in the police station? I don't know. Why would you do that? I don't know. That's not a joke. That's not funny. I don't see the humor in it. I don't see there's no, feel the room out. That's not a time to make that kind of joke. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say, for once, I'm siding with this judge. Not for once, but I'm surprised I'm siding with this judge, but I am. Unfortunately, this woman, Miss Tillman, was murdered by Tanner. Now, the question I have is, should the girlfriend be involved in the case? Would she get second degree murder? She was technically there. She was present in the hallway, right? She knew about the crime. She's not coming forward with any evidence. She's not saying, yeah, this happened. My boyfriend, possibly soon to be father of my child, did this. So, I mean, if anything, she'll be withholding evidence. So I feel like, there's a lot to go on with this case on Wednesday if it goes to court, which it says due back court on Wednesday. Due back in court on Wednesday. So this is Chicago. Lock your doors, lock your windows. If you're a female, I highly recommend getting some kind of mace or taser and, get it like a chain or something and wear it, put it on at all times and just be ready. Because, I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe they went over there. His soon-to-be baby mama went over there with him, and he's like, "Listen, babe, just wait outside. I'm gonna go talk to her. She's kind of crazy." And unfortunately, Tanner, the girl, was in the apartment thinking that, all right, maybe he's coming over to have makeup sex, and maybe she was already naked. Because according to the autopsy, there's no signs of any kind of abuse or any kind of bruising other than what she suffered from the fall. Broken tibia, abrasions to her body, and laceration in her heart, all caused by the fall, according to the the medical examiner. So if we believe that report, if that's all true, then it's possible that my theory is correct, that she was there naked, waiting for her who she thought to be man, and he had to let her know that, listen, I'm having a baby with this other girl, and maybe they got into a fight, and one thing led to another, and, he, quote, again, threw that bitch out the window. Threw that bitch out the window. Man, even if you did that, not justifying it, why are you, saying it to anybody? Especially in the police station. You're like an idiot. You're like a moron. But I'm glad he did, because now hopefully this family, if she has any family, Tanner, hopefully this family will get the justice that, they should get. Hopefully justice is served and they can move on with their life eventually. But this guy needs to be behind bars. They need to. He threw this bitch out the window. They need to throw his ass behind bars. They need to throw his ass on a freaking on the death row. Let's just make things simple. Why are we paying? Why are the tax-paying dollars covering this guy's food, shelter, his health, and prison? He does not deserve to get those things. Just like, if you're in prison, in my mind, again, I could be crazy, I don't understand how you're getting the luxuries of freedom. You're actually getting treated better than most vets. You're getting treated better than most human beings that are free. You're getting shelter. You're getting health care. You're getting food, meals every day. No one's starving to death, right? You're getting a free gym. You can educate yourself. You have access to computers. You could probably hear this podcast right now. or watch the video on YouTube. Again, at CJ Bronson Show on Twitter, or at CJ Bronson on YouTube. But you could hear all this stuff. You could and it doesn't cost you a dime. Nothing. You could even earn money and get treats and buy little cakes and stuff, whatever, cigarettes, and trade that. You can make friends. That's why a lot of people go back into the prison. They can't wait to go back to prison because that's where their friends are. They don't got to pay for nothing. They don't got to work, really. So it's like, why give this piece of trash that freedom? We need to stop rewarding the freedom and start just getting rid of them. I am pro death penalty. I am pro the chair. Give him the chair. I don't care how you power the chair. Listen, whether you got to use coal, whether you want me on a treadmill, I will run. And I don't do cardio. I'm anti-cardio as well. I would run. I would do the exercise bike, whatever I got to do to get this chair fired up. If you need solar, whatever you got to do to keep it green, you turn that sumbitch on and fry him. And we got to just make an example. Let people know there's no more, we're going to give him 50 years to life. And then, you know what, he was a good boy. So we're going to release him after 3 years on probation. And no, he's a murderer. Cold-blooded, legit, admitted to it, bragged about it on the phone, and didn't even care. He doesn't care, give him the chair. There's my slogan. You don't care, you get the chair. Life's not fair, so you'll get the chair. There you go. That's going to be my new slogan. T-shirts coming soon, stickers coming soon. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little crazy. Maybe I'm a little, extreme. Maybe they say, my mentality and my ideas are a little, what's the word that they like to use? Out of the box. I don't know. But I think I make some good points, and I think it should be at least thought about. I mean, I don't know. Why should we fill these prisons up with people who don't deserve the benefits of the other prisoners? In my mind, if you look at it this way, how do you think the other prisoners feel? The other prisoners did less of a crime, but they've got to do crimes with these cold-blooded murderers. They got to do time with these cold-blooded murderers. It's not fair to them, and they're people too. Keep in mind, I believe they're pushing for prisoners to vote as well. So now they're getting even more freedom. Now they're getting the freedom to vote. I don't know. What's next? Can you get a doctor's degree in prison? Is that going to be the next thing? You come out, you do 20 years or whatever, 10 years, you come out a doctor? Is that what's, free education? Can you go all the way to the doctors? I don't know. I got to look into that. I don't want to look into it because it's probably going to irritate me more than I'm already irritated with the prison system, because it's a privately owned but taxpayer dollar funded industry, which irritates me. It drives me up the wall about that. How are you privately owned but we're paying it through our taxes? How is that possible? How does that make any sense? How is that fair? And again, these people are getting better treatment than our wonderful vets who served time, who served years of their life fighting for our freedom, and they don't get the benefits that prisoners get. I'm talking about free healthcare, food, shelter. Shout out to Gretchen over at Code of Vets. Fantastic charity, guys. If you have a couple dollars, throw it to her, please. She'll donate it. She'll show you right on her Twitter where that money is going to, and they're going to vets who truly need it, who have been abused and kicked out of the system for whatever purpose, whatever reason. And just, they helped us when we needed help, so it's only fair that we help them. That's the way I look at it. So yes, better believe CJ Bronson does donate to Code of Vets. We will continue to do so. Whenever I get extra funds, I will throw it that way. And I will try to do it as much as possible. Gretchen, if you're listening, you know it. I will try to do more. I don't make that much. I'm not making anything right now with this, but I will, hopefully down the road, I'll be able to donate more. But love you guys. As always, have a fantastic Monday. Again, be aware of your surroundings. Stay safe. And I'm not just talking about it with a weapon. Wear condoms. Come on. I know it's another expense, but it's worth it. You know what people got? You don't want to go out here and get monkeypox version 3.0? We don't want that. Anyway, all right. I'll talk to you guys later. Love y'all. Bye-bye.